Hey kids, welcome back to Guitar Quackery Live. Yeah, I have a new slogan for this channel. The first and only live streaming. How did I say this? The first and only live streaming guitar repair channel. I think that's what it says. Yeah, I have it written down. So this is what it is. You're watching a live stream. Well, I guess you're watching a replay, but this is what it is. It's a live streaming channel from Guitar Quackery. Now this is a different logo. Don't pay attention to this. Guitar Technicians Guild. I'll talk about this some other time. So now live streaming. We are live. Yeah, and I'm sending a. Yeah, I'll show you. I'm sending a link to the owner of the guitar as we speak, so he can watch me work on his guitar. Okay, isn't that cool? Like I said, the one and only, or the first and one and only guitar. Well, how it is? See, I did write it down. I need to practice the phrase. The first and only, or should it be the one and only? Well, it's the first for sure, and the one and only as well. Guitar repair live streaming, or live streaming guitar repair channel. Yeah, got to work on it. So what do we have here? So this is a link I'm sending to the customer, like this. Whoop. Huh? And now he gets the message, my text message, and he can start watching. I guess he's already watching. I see there's one viewer, unless somebody else found this live stream. Again, another thing I do, because we are, well, this guitar repair shop is located, I mean, I rent a space from a rehearsal studio called Bob Elliott's Music Makers NY, and there is a monitor outside, and there are customers sometimes in the waiting area. So I'm going to stream this live outside as well. I am doing it, well, about to do it. And here it is, almost done. Entryway TV, boom. That's it. Okay, so what do we have on the bench today? We have a player Strat, Fender. And what are we doing? We're fixing the frets. I'll show you from beginning to end what it is that needs to be done and how I do it. So it's got some fret sprout we can feel. All right, it's winter time, so the neck shrunk a little bit. The wood shrinks in the winter time, and depending on when the guitar was made, if it was made during a more humid season, then it shrinks and you can feel the fret ends. So I'm going to use this file here to file down just the fret ends. And then when we remove the strings and all that, I'm going to do a full level crown and polish, okay, which is going to be in part 2 of this series. All right, so let me show you how I do the fret ends first. I'll do it with the strings on, most of it. Or you know what? Yeah, we can do it in a few different ways. Let's take the neck off. Okay. Again, this is a live stream you're watching. So unprepared, unrehearsed, just happening as we speak. I didn't prepare anything. I didn't even think through the process, nothing. I'm improvising. I mean, that's how we work, right? We just have something in front of us and we got to figure out how to make it happen. Okay. An audience is accumulating slowly, I can see. Welcome to Guitar Quackery Live. Grab your popcorn, because I'll be working late into the night. I actually want to finish this guitar tonight if I can. I fell asleep on my, at my workbench today, earlier, because I'm, as usual, sleep deprived. So now I feel like I have the energy to work late again. I had my power nap. Okay. So, for screws, I start with a hand-driven screwdriver, just to, to make sure that it's not super tight. And then I can use my power tool to speed up the process. But I never start with a power tool unless I know the guitar. Okay? Because sometimes these are very tight, and then with a power tool, it can start skipping, and it kind of damages the screw head. So this is typical for Fender. I want to show you what the problem is, and we are going to fix it, and I'm going to show you how to fix it. And that's actually very important, more important than people realize. So this here is one of the screws, okay? And as you can see, it's also screwed into the body, as you can see, right? Well, it's not supposed to be screwed into the body. It's supposed to go through the body freely and then just be screwed into the neck. Sometimes when it's screwed into the body as well, you actually don't get the correct neck angle. I've seen guitars come to me that way, so you might have a gap where you don't want it. And then the neck sometimes can even be at an angle against the body, and that can mess up the setup across the saddles. So I'm going to fix this first, and then we'll fix the frets. Okay, like I said, power tool. You see, this is completely screwed in, and it's still, okay, now it came out. I'm sure they're all like that. Look at that. Now, why is it like this? You see? Hold on. See, I can even lift the guitar. It's not supposed to be like that. Now, why is it like that? Well, I have a theory. Because they're lazy. I'm lazy too, but I always fix this. We're all lazy, but in different ways. I'm lazy. I'm a lazy procrastinator. Inefficient. That's me. Okay. Let's remove the neck. Well, it's tight, nice and tight. And examine everything. Now, another thing is they think it's a good idea to put a sticker here. Well, I don't think it is. I mean, a sticker is a shim, and you really don't want it anywhere close to these two holes, screw holes, but, you know, I guess I devalue the guitar if I remove it, so I'll just leave it there. So the neck says that it's a 2022, April 29th, 2022. Okay. It's not a quarter sawn neck. You can see that here because the growth rings form these a little aisle here. So it's at an angle like that, and you can confirm by looking at this. So you can see the direction of the growth rings. So it's not flat sawn and it's not quarter sawn. Now here there's also this pattern here, which well, I mean, it looks good, but it's like flame maple. There are some internal tensions inside of this wood that can be released over time, and the neck can twist and do all sorts of things. So now this is a neck that is already almost 3 years old. So it did its thing, more or less, and we are going to level the frets, so it'll be okay. So now, what do we do about these holes? First, let me put the neck away. I'm going to enlarge them. Simple. And this is exactly why I have this here. I forgot to put a link in the description for this, but I'm going to do it after the live stream, if I don't forget, again, like I sometimes do. Okay, ready? Ta-da! Okay. All right. Drill bits in all sizes. This is an imperial set. I'm sure it exists in metric as well. So these are by gauge numbers. The number 18, which is 0.169 inches, so 169 one-thousandths of an inch, is the one that I use for Fender. Okay? And now I'm just going to enlarge those holes. All right. It's pretty straightforward. So it depends. Hold on. Sometimes if the wood is soft, you need to use a larger one, but this is good. Actually, it's very good. Why don't we show a close-up of this? Yeah, why not? Here it is. So I drilled out these two, not this one. Now, normally I back it up first a little bit in reverse, and then I go in the clockwise direction. But as you can see, these holes are countersunk, so I can just go clockwise. You see? So we just need to remove a little bit. And now we always check. You see? It's nice and tight. And now we can actually do proper job mounting the neck. Because we know that when we tighten the screws, the neck will be firmly squeezed against the neck pocket. Okay, so let me make a note here on my computer to put a link. I'm going to edit the description after this live stream, and there will be a link in the description. Link. A link to the drill bits. There you go, right here. This way I don't forget, because I often do. Not always, often. Okay, so let me put this away. Yeah, in my opinion, every repair shop should have this. And I do want to get a metric set as well, by the way, yeah. So I will look for one. I don't have one, but I do want to have one. Okay. Okay, this is all good. Now, as you recall, I first wanted to do this with the strings on. I am keeping the strings on, as you can see, because when I put the neck back in preparation for, so the neck goes back, then I put the strings back on. I can easily put them back on because these are locking tuners, so you don't have those coils. And that's going to be in preparation for the level crown and polish. I'm going to have to do a neck adjustment at full strength tension. So that's why I'm keeping the strings on now. And that's one of the reasons why I thought I would do the fret ends with the strings on. Okay? So, that's that. There's another reason as well, but we don't need to talk about that reason, because it's not the main reason. So once again, you're watching me live. You're watching a live stream. This is Guitar Quackery Live, the live auxiliary channel of Guitar Quackery. There is another channel called Guitar Quackery without the word live in its title, and that's the main channel. And that's just a long-form educational channel. Because live streams are long, but they're easy to produce for me. Because, you know, I just need to push the button there, you know, move the cameras a little bit, but not much extra work. Okay, so this is what I have here. I think we got a good camera angle, like this, okay? And, okay, you can't see this, but I can feel the fret ends protruding. Now, there's a little bit of an annoying situation because they are actually sprayed with poly. And you know what? I want to show you this before I remove the finish and then the fret ends and then file the actual metal, right? So give me a moment. Okay, we need a little bit more light. This is it. Here you can see the poly, right? Finish, right there. So the file is going to get clogged up a little bit at first. So this is all going to go, as in, it's all going to be removed. But that's now a little hump. And the way that this ages, if you look at the side of the fret, you can see there's probably an air pocket on this side and another air pocket on this side. So when I remove the finish, there will probably be a little bit of exposed fracture. I dare say fracture, I don't know. In the finish, right? But microscopic. I mean, we are using a microscope here for this. And then we want to look at the frets. You see, they spray the finish after they install the frets, in this case, I think. Did they? Or did they do it the other way around? Let me see. Oh, no. Interesting. So this is frets going over the finish. So I guess how'd they do this? They must have done it in 2 passes, right? So they sprayed the finish on the fingerboard first, installed the frets, and then they sprayed the back of the neck and the side of the neck. And there's a little bit of an overspray here, you can see. Okay? You can see a little bit of a overspray here. Why don't we zoom in? Okay, so it kind of blends in right there at the side. Same thing here. This one looks kind of neat, but it's a little hump, okay? It's really annoying when you play to feel this hump. Here you can see there's a little hump. Okay, and on the other side, there are little humps as well. Interesting. So normally the microscope enlarges these things and kind of makes everything look scarier than it actually is. But in this case, I can feel the humps with my finger, and they really bother me, but they don't really show up. I mean, I think you can kind of see a little hump there, okay? And you know, that overspray here, it kind of blends in like that, as we've discussed. Or is there a finish over this fret? There is. Now I'm confused, but there's no finish over the fret here. Yeah, so I guess they blended it in. It kind of wrapped around the fingerboard more on the treble side than it did on the bass side. Interesting. All right. Not a big deal. We are going to dress the frets anyway, so let's get to work. Oh, I lost my audience. Okay. Did I get a... Grandpa Joe, I always enjoy watching. Thank you very much, Grandpa Joe. Okay, so I lost my audience, and now I guess Grandpa Joe is watching. Okay. All right, so this file is first going to remove the finish from the fret ends. So I don't want to push hard at all. And like I said, this is the first few passes are just going to remove some of the finish. And it's clogging up the file. So once again, since this is kind of, I guess, now becoming a tutorial, what it is tutorial because I did title it How To. So let me show you then, since it's a tutorial. Yeah, here we see. Okay, so that's not metal, right? This is just the finish. It looks really neat. Yeah, I love microscopes. I think most viewers of this channel and the main channel know that. So it's important not to push down hard for two reasons. First, we don't really want to chip off the finish. We want to do basically light surface touch-up of the finish until, or if or when it actually, it being the file, hits the metal. And also, if we push too hard, and if we don't clean the file frequently, the file will get clogged up. So this is what we need to do. Definitely, it's already smoother, okay? So we might not even hit the actual frets. I don't know. So I'd rather spend time cleaning the file between passes, between light passes, than unclogging the file. I don't want to be spending time unclogging. So it is also true that if you push too hard, you can slip. And then if you slip when you, as you're moving the file, you end up scratching the frets on top. So you can see it's, you know, removing some of the finish. Now, I obviously predicted this because I've done it before a couple of times. And, you know, I kind of know what to expect. These are super smooth already, and I haven't even exposed the metal. How do I know that? If I go like this, I don't see a reflection of the light from metal. It looks dull, which means the light is passing through the finish, through a thin film. And by the way, you don't need to do from, you know, the entire length up and down. In fact, you should not do it like that. And why is that? Well, because if you do it up and down, you're going to be passing over these frets twice as many times as you're passing over these frets or over these frets. So you should actually do smaller sections at a time. Okay. So this is, in fact, really becoming a tutorial now. I should be charging for that. Well, I'm working on getting sponsors. And because you're so nice to me now and you're watching me live, the two of you or one of you, I'm going to make a, kind of like announcement, kind of like an announcement. I'm seriously considering launching yet another Guitar Quackery channel. Which means that Guitar Quackery on YouTube will not be just a channel, it will be a network of channels. So currently there are two Guitar Quackery channels. One is Guitar Quackery, and the other one is the one you are watching now, which is Guitar Quackery Live. So live streams do not attract the same audience, kind of audiences as long-form content, produced long-form content, right? So I think, it's experimental, but I think it's a good idea to split it into live and produced, because this way I don't confuse my audience, and I give my audience the chance to subscribe to whichever one or both of the channels that they wish to follow me on, if that makes sense. Because the content is in fact different. So that makes it two channels. But like I said, I want to soon launch another one. And I do mean soon. When I say soon, I do mean soon. I just need to record some videos. So the third channel, I already reserved the name, is going to be called Guitar Quackery Business. And I think the name says it all. It's about the business of guitars. So once again, for those who wish to know how to actually run a business, a guitar business, that will be a channel they should, consider subscribing to. Because not necessarily every subscriber that's, watching the videos on Guitar Quackery on the main channel really wants to know much about business, right? Most people, I think, will want to know just, how to take care of their guitars and just want to understand their guitars better. So that's what the main channel is for. And reviews. But some of the viewers from the main channel are actually repair technicians or aspiring technicians, or one or the other, I guess. And they, I think they will really enjoy having a separate channel about the business of guitars. I think that makes a lot of sense. Because otherwise, people who have subscribed to the Guitar Quackery channel might start to feel that the channel's changing. This is no longer something they want to continue watching, because now it's all about business. Okay. So that'll be the third Guitar Quackery channel. And then I have also an idea for a fourth Guitar Quackery channel. Again, the title says it all. Guitar Quackery Shorts. So I have no shorts on my channels, neither one of the two channels. But a lot of people do want to watch shorts. So I want to make a separate channel for shorts. Now you might ask, why don't I just put shorts on the main channel? Because shorts attract a lot of impulsive subscribers that just keep subscribing. They just click subscribe. And then a lot of channels that introduced shorts, I researched this by the way, have gotten thousands of new subscribers, but no views. No significant increase in the number of views in the viewing hours, they call it. So now that messes up the ratio between subscriber count and viewing hours. So some channels are not happy about that. Some creators feel that the shorts kind of ruined their channels. They feel that they should not have posted any shorts. So I already reserved the name Guitar Quackery Shorts. It's just not really at the top of the list of my priorities to start making shorts. And I'm not a big fan of vertical format videos. Although I have to admit that I've seen some shorts that quite a few that I've enjoyed. What else? I also have an idea for yet another Guitar Quackery channel. Should I tell you what it is? Yeah, why not? I already reserved the name. Guitar Quackery Backstage. So that would be more like, well, what's happening backstage. So definitely not educational content or like entertainment. Perhaps the interactions that I'm having with the people who work here. And the inspiration for that channel, for Guitar Quackery Backstage, is the popular, now old, British TV comedy, The Office. So that comedy, that series has like a documentary feel to it. I guess you could say it's a fake documentary. So yeah, I would just kind of assemble videos, put them together, just kind of impromptu. I would just, walk around with my phone whenever I interact with people, and then put together some behind the scenes, backstage stuff. But editing takes a long time, and right now I don't have any spare time for, any such additional projects. Maybe if I start getting sponsorship money on my main channels, so meaning on the main channel and on the new business channel, on this one, the live streaming channel. So if I get sponsorships, I would definitely use the money from the sponsorship deals to hire an editor, and then I could launch the Guitar Quackery Backstage channel, because I would just want to have an editor on staff. Well, I guess it depends how much the sponsors are paying me, right? But I would want, ideally, someone to work on that. So I guess that editor could also be the camera person, right? They could just, yeah, that would be a good idea. They could just walk around and record on their, I would want it to be like all, handheld phone recordings. That's kind of like, that would be the style. Okay, so the fret ends no longer feel, I no longer feel any humps. But now they do feel sharp a little bit, because that exposed some, two corners, right? On the two sides. So where are we here? Okay. So here, this is now sharp. So you see, I filed down the finish until it hit the metal. So on this side, it did hit the metal. On this side, it did not. Okay? So that's how it is. And now I can feel the sharp corners a little bit. So what are we going to do about that? Oh, we got files. Let me think. Yeah. So I don't necessarily always use the same files for the same job, because the job is never exactly the same. Here I'm thinking this file for the corners, and this file for the fret ends, for the, the edges around the crowns. So maybe it's just easy to show it under the microscope. And look, like this as well. Yeah, I actually bought all the camera equipment for the purpose of live streaming and for the purpose of doing remote diagnostics. I started acquiring all the equipment during the COVID lockdown period. But then I started doing videos way before I started live streaming. Okay, so here we have this file. This is the Fret Guru file, and it has a safe edge. So this is the safe side. It's got two safe edges, and this is the sharp, or I don't know what you call this side, okay? And now, here, we can, I can show you the fret. So I won't really be able to do it because this thing is in the way. But if I just kind of explain, and of course this is a little bit of a problem because there's finish right there, right? But this side needs to go down and touch the wood. And and we want to just go like this and hit it like that a little bit. And that's all we want to remove. And now I can no longer feel the sharp corner. And same thing here. And really, I mean, you just want to hit that sharp corner a little bit. You see, I'm barely doing anything to it, but it feels different. So now that you've seen me do this through the microscope, this is this fret. Yep, it feels different. I am simply going to do this like this on the bench. Okay, and you can watch me from above. So very gently, and I use my fingers to just check my work. And I'm barely pushing. Okay, so we did this one. Now this one. Just like that. And don't forget, we're still going to do a level crown polish of the entire fretboard. And you know, with the proper tools, you get better results. And as you can see, you save time. These are okay. Maybe this one needs a little right here in this corner. That's because of the way the fingerboard is shaped here. And that corner was just sticking out, okay? What was I saying? Yeah, with the proper tools, you get better results, and also you don't spend a whole bunch of time doing the work. Oh, well, this one was already done. It's okay, because I'm barely pushing, and obviously it's first going to take that corner off. I think you can feel how lightly I am handling this. Okay, so this is a really light touch. Okay, and now we turn the neck around. Oh, by the way, I no longer need this file. Let's clean that up a little bit. And now, so that was the treble side. Now I do the same thing on the bass side, but the bass side is actually good. Not surprisingly, because as I showed you through the microscope, I didn't even remove the finish all the way. I didn't even expose the metal, really, right? So I feel that there's nothing to be done. Maybe this one a little bit. And like I just said, every job is different, even if it's kind of the same job, like fret and dressing. This is a good example. So the job on this side is different from the job on this side. And I already discussed why that is, because these frets, these fret ends are still covered with a onion skin layer of finish. But I did remove the finish from the size of the crowns, okay? Which means I was going to use this file to do the, should I use this file? Let me see. So now I can use the safe edge like that and just do this. I'm going to use this file instead. Okay. So this is now not touching that little tip corner at all, right? Because I'm using the other edge to lean against the fingerboard. I'm using the safe edge. And the safe edge is called a safe edge because it's not going to cut into the side of the fingerboard. It's safe because the edge is round. And this also, I am very, very lightly pushing down on my workpiece. Okay, so that took care of this side of the frets, but now this side of the frets, right? So I'm not doing like full ball ends on this one. I'm simply removing that enough material to make sure it doesn't have that sharp feel. So back to the topic of the channel growth and development. I actually hired a consultant. Now, she didn't tell me to do multiple channels. This is my idea. Well, I just hired her, and we haven't met yet. It's someone online, but I checked out her channel. It's her 5th channel, and she did some amazing things with her channel. And now she has become a YouTube development consultant, or, well, she didn't put in those words. I'm just kind of making up this title. But she's, yeah, she made a really good impression on me. So I decided to hire her. She's 23 years old and makes a good living, nothing crazy, just she makes a good living off of YouTube. And she talks on her channel about some challenges. In her case, some of her challenges are kind of the same as my challenges, challenges, problems. So that kind of resonated with me. And I thought she would be a good fit for me, because she would understand me. So I want her to help me launch the business channel properly, right? Okay. This is all good. Now, what happens next is I'm going to put this neck back on the guitar. And I'm going to put the strings back on. And then I'm going to take a short break, and I'm going to put the guitar outside on the neck jig, and then I'll do the level crown and polish. That's the plan. Okay. Making sure the neck pocket is clean. I am going to shim of the neck. Should I do it now? Might as well. Yeah, might as well do it now. I'm going to shim this neck. The reason is the bridge, the saddles. So these screws are kind of sticking out, and that makes it uncomfortable to do palm muting right across the saddles. So if you shim the neck here, you tilt the neck in this direction, which brings the strings down closer to the frets, which means then in turn you need to raise the saddles. And how do you raise the saddles? Well, you turn the screws clockwise, which makes them go deeper into the, beneath the surface of the saddles. So let's shim the neck. And here's the secret. Oh, look at that. There's an audience. Ray Laraquente. Greetings from Brooklyn. Ray, that's something else that I've been thinking about. So Ray says, consider editing shorts from your pre-recorded videos. People interested will then seek out the full-length videos. Okay, so something I haven't told you is I am actually considering doing shorts on the main channel, but not recording shorts, editing them in a way that I don't think anyone has done yet. So I don't want to say what it is. Editing shorts from my existing content and have those shorts be teasers for the main videos, right? So yes, Ray, thank you. And you see, we think alike. The reason why I wasn't mentioning this is because there was already a lot of information that I was sharing, so I just wanted to keep it simple. What am I doing? Oh yes, shimming the neck. That's also something I'm planning to do. And thank you very much for this suggestion. But my problem is time management. All right. And that's one of the reasons why I decided to hire that specific consultant, because she has the same issues that I'm having. Time management, procrastination. So you might think, how is this guy a procrastinator? He works all the time. Yeah, I work on the workbench all the time, but I procrastinate when it comes to editing videos or recording my narrations for the main channel. So that always takes a long time to even get it started. What am I looking for? Oh, this. Okay. So this is a scrap piece. Here. Okay. X-Acto blades. This is a scrap piece of 3M sandpaper that I use for the level crown and polish sanding beams. It doesn't have to be 3M now. I actually use a different brand, but I always have leftovers, right? And focus. Okay. And all I do is, well, like this. Okay. And then I cut around it. And that'll be that. Here. Yeah, so one reason why I don't like shorts, well, not shorts, vertical format. Hold on, I'll show you. Hold on, let me finish this. Okay, so when there's a situation happening publicly and on the street, whatever, and you have the people going like this, people that have nothing to do with what's happening, just kind of like mind your own business. So vertical videos kind of remind me of that. So, but whatever. We live in the world of shorts being popular, so I guess you got to give the people what they want. It's not my thing, but maybe I'll do it. The business channel is more of a priority. Again, my channels are educational, right? Except for the Department of Guitars channel. I don't know if you know about that channel. Yeah, this is my official badge from the New York City Department of Guitar Maintenance and Repairs. I don't know if this is focused or not. I do have the camera here. Is this in focus? Yeah. New York City Department of Guitar Maintenance and Repairs, right? It says right there. And yeah, it's official. So I have a parody channel called Department of Guitars, or is it Guitar Department, something like that? Department of Guitars, that's the name of the channel. I haven't been posting on that channel. Again, I'm a procrastinator, right? So I need to produce some content, but check it out. I think I got like maybe 7 or 8 videos on that channel so far. So that one is pure entertainment. I don't think there's any educational value. Yeah. So, what are we doing here? we're putting the neck back. Okay, so this shim usually works out for a Fender, okay? So the neck pocket is, you know, fairly tight, not too tight. I think it's just right. And here we have the neck plate. And as you can see, the screws can just be pushed in, okay? Let's use the camera here. So since we're doing a full tutorial here, let me explain a detail that I've explained many times in the past. So now when you see the screws obviously have threads, yeah? So if you turn the screw, the threads are not, if you're looking at one side of the screw, well, they change position, right? So the way wood screws work is they cut their own threads into the wood, right? And we don't want to cut new threads. We want to hit the existing threads in the wood. So what we do is we first back it up a little bit, and you saw how it sunk, yeah? So that means that it hit that threaded portion. So let's do this one now. Back it up. And you saw that, how it just sinks. Okay, so now that means that it's hitting the same threads that it cut initially. Okay? Because otherwise, you keep cutting new threads, and so eventually the holes get enlarged if you do it enough times. As you can see, I am not using the power tool to screw this in. I kind of like to feel if it's smooth and if I'm hitting any obstacles or whatnot. But I use the power tool to unscrew them, right? Because these are the 4 most important screws on a guitar with a bolt-on neck, yeah? For these screws, I will use the power tool, okay? And the power tool that I use has a torque setting, so I put it on the lightest setting when I do use it to tighten screws. Okay. Now comes the annoying part of this job. I gotta untangle all these strings, but because these are locking tuners, it's not too bad. So yesterday, yeah, so I work all the time, and then I just kind of I'm working myself to death. So today I fell asleep at the workbench earlier today, right? So now I feel rested. But yesterday I was live streaming. Something funny happened, and I was working with a heat gun and falling asleep. I was cleaning I was scraping the finish from a soundboard of an acoustic guitar, and working with the microscope. So I sat down and I was doing my thing, and I'm narrating my work, right? So there's only so many times you can narrate something, right? Because the work is obviously repetitive, right? So then that's one of the challenges of live streaming from the repair shop, right? Because I need to keep talking, and sometimes I run out of things to say. But anyway, I kept dozing off, and then I started babbling. And now I know, in retrospect, I figured this out, that so you dream before you wake up, and also you have dreams as you're falling asleep, right? So now I know that if you try to talk as you're falling asleep, you are going to be narrating your dreams, because you're going to start thinking about something. Let's say you're thinking about, I don't know, fishing, and you're going to say those words, okay? As I found out yesterday. So here, I actually wrote it down because I watched the replay. Okay, so check out the video, right? It's the Luna guitar repair video. Which one? Number 8, I think. Part 8. Yeah, from yesterday. So at 43 minutes and 47 seconds, I'm talking, and within the context of, the repair, but there was a step from here to here, because the finish was at a higher level, so there was a step that we see through the microscope. So I say, but there was a step from here to here, and what the Hungarians didn't realize back then, and then I kind of realized what I just said, what Hungarians, right? So I said, oh, what am I talking about? Sorry guys, I'm falling asleep, right? All right, so now I'm continuing my work, and, I'm trying to narrate. In fact, I was trying to talk so that I don't fall asleep, okay? And I was also holding a heat gun at the same time, full blast. And then at 48 minutes and 46 seconds, so we remove this portion, but now we have all those horny guys waiting, and then I realized what I just said. What horny guys waiting, right? So, and then, but here I was actually half asleep when I was trying to correct, to address the situation, right? So still subconsciously, after I said we have all those horny guys waiting, and then I said, well, I hope they subscribe to this channel. So, yeah, so that's what I said. So check out the video. Now, because I was half asleep and I was kind of like, you got to replay it to really hear that it said, we have all those horny guys waiting. So then I woke up, started realizing what I was saying in my half sleep state, and I say it in the video, I kind of figured out that I was probably narrating my dreams. And I said in the live stream, so now you know what I'm dreaming about. I guess. So I got to tell you about the Hungarians. Okay, so I know why I said Hungarians, because recently I subscribed to this Hungarian channel on YouTube, and so that's why. Right? So that was somehow on my mind, and I was thinking probably about that. But the horny guys, I don't know. I don't know what I was thinking or dreaming about. I haven't had any dealings with any horny guys that I know of. I mean, I don't know. Maybe they were horny. So that was really funny yesterday. And that's the beauty of live streams, right? So those things can only happen on this channel. I don't even think that anything like this can happen on a conventional live streaming channel, because you have a talking head that's just reading the comments, the chat posts, and answering questions, right? Or just talking about whatever, So, but on this channel, because I'm always overworked, right? It's happened in the past that I dozed off during the live stream, but I wasn't narrating my dreams. And it might happen again. You never know. This is why you need to subscribe to this channel. And by the way, speaking of clicking the subscribe button, there's another button you can click. And then another button. Click the share button if you feel that anyone else would benefit from, this type of content. Let your friends know. Because like I said, I do want to monetize this channel. So I'm not thinking of making millions on YouTube, but I would like to have this passive income for obvious reasons. But also that would free up a little bit of my time, and I could make more videos, right? So obviously if I get rewards from posting videos on YouTube, it makes it easier to post more videos. So yeah, help me out. Just tell people about the channel. That's easy to do. You can post links to this channel on guitar forums. Yeah. How do you pronounce your avatar name? Bruisen Cruz? Oh, why are you steaming back there? Okay. Because of this. Dryness kills guitars. So this is a humidifier. What do you do if the holes are enlarged? Very good question. So the holes, so I'm sure you're talking about the holes in the neck, right? So you need to drill them out and plug them and then re-drill here. Well, I mean, you can shove some toothpicks, but you know, the more okay, so we're not talking about the vintage guitars, right? We're talking about, you know, just you know, a good repair option for you know, non-vintage guitars would be this. So you drill them larger and then insert a plug, a dowel, cut it. After you insert it, you trim it, right? You clean up the glue squeeze out, sand it off a little bit, and then re-drill the holes into the dowels, right? This way, you have fresh holes. There's a difference between dowels and plugs, and it's the direction of the wood grain. So, yes, I guess you could argue that maybe plugs would be better. So what's the difference? Well, if this is a tree, right, and you cut the boards like this, and now you take a board and you drill a plug in this direction. You drill out a plug. So the wood grain is crossing the plug, right? But a dowel is just with the wood grain going up and down, right? I guess both work equally. I don't know. I've done it with dowels, and I've also shoved toothpicks. Now the problem with toothpicks is that you need to put them in the right direction. Hold on, let me put the switcher back here. So, okay, let's look at the, I wish the neck was off now, but why? So, man, how do I explain this? So you have a hole. Is this a hole now? Okay. And okay, so that's a toothpick. So if you put a toothpick here, and the guitar is oriented like this, you're going to end up pushing the neck in this direction. So you're going to end up with perhaps a little gap here between the heel of the neck and this part of the neck pocket. So going back to this, so if you put a toothpick, you need to put it here on this side. So when you screw in the screw, it's actually pushing the neck in this direction. Okay, but dowel. So let's say this is the hole that's enlarged. Now you drill a hole this big, and you insert a dowel. And now, well, that's not actually easy, but you do need to drill the holes in the exact spot where the neck will naturally be pushed a little bit in this direction, right? So if you don't have a way of doing that, you know, that does take, you know, considerable, you know, a level of woodworking skills to do that. So in that case, I would actually recommend just put some toothpick fragments, or this is a Q-tip, bamboo, right? But just make sure you put them here, not here, not here, not here, here, right? Does that make sense? Does that help? Why won't you chat with us? I am. I just did. Well, it's difficult, right? Because I am working and my computer is there. So I've been thinking about well, I got to figure out how to do it, because I have other things here on the monitor. But maybe I should have two monitors, and I could mirror my screen here and just read the chats. Okay, but again, I got to buy a monitor, and I need to figure this out. But it's difficult for me to respond to chats. Yeah. Cool, thanks for the explanation. You're welcome. I hope that helps. Someone had repaired an enlarged hole for the strap screw for me before. Same thing. You can put toothpicks. In that case, you can even put some tight bond, and that's perfectly fine. If you want to do it with the dowel, you can do it with the dowel. So it needs to be hardwood in order to be reliable, for the strap button, because your entire guitar hangs on this. And sometimes even toothpicks, you shove them in, and after a while, because this is, it might be good when you do it, but, you move with the guitar, and this is constantly moving and kind of jiggling, and then it becomes unreliable. So again, if we're not talking about a vintage guitar, I usually just do the system, the method with the dowel for the strap button repair. Have you ever encountered a twisted neck before? Yes. So the way that I test I'm going to show you. So I don't know if you are subscribed. Bruise and Cruise. Okay. To the main channel. I do show this often on the main channel when I do like a review of a guitar. I need to put the camera in the right place. Hold on. Bear with me, please. Just a little bit lower. Okay, so here. This is why I have these stirring sticks. I have quite a few of them. They need to be straight. This one is not. This one is not. I got a few here. So, this is the coffee stirring stick. So what you do is, so it depends on your fret height and nut height and all that. If you can place it here right behind the first fret and it's not bending or doing anything crazy, then you end up with this view when you look from here. And as you can see, this is aligning with the body, right? So if this neck was twisted, just to simulate what you might see something like this. I mean, this would be very severe, but something less severe than this, just not parallel, kind of like this. I've seen this severity before. And, when you have a twisted neck, you might also have a topography issue where you have a differential relief, where you have more relief, let's say, significantly more relief on one side than the other. And it's really bad if you have a lot of added relief on the treble side. Okay, so I've dealt with twisted necks before. And the way to correct them, well, one of the ways to correct them is I'll show you some pictures. So I have millions of pictures, mostly of guitars. So bear with me, please. Yeah, this is it. No, that's not a twist. Okay, but it'll still make sense. Let's see if I can set up the camera like this. See, I have a monitor here for the, for the camera system, and it's a multi-view thing. I'll show you. I'll just put the camera here. I'll show you. Okay. This is it. Okay, this is the neck. That had a low spot on the treble side, right? So what is this? I adjusted the neck so that I could plane the fingerboard. I had to refret it because of it, okay? And this is, the early passes with the sanding beam, and then more passes, and you can see this is a lower portion of the fingerboard, right? Hold on. And here you can see from here, right? So all of the exposed fresh wood is this, and then there's this part, right, which I had to keep sanding, right? I have more pictures. This was a bass. Let me see. I think I even made a video that I published on the main channel that shows, I believe, a twisted neck that was lightly twisted. Okay. So this was a Martin guitar, just like that. Okay, so again, this was a low spot, and that was the guitar, and that was a low spot here. But here is okay, because this is just a natural fall away. But then I kept planing the entire fingerboard down to that level, right? And planing more. Oh, this is nothing. This is pasta. Okay, so yeah. I got more pictures, but I don't know where they are. Is this it? No. So to answer your question, I do encounter twisted necks. Now, these two were not twisted, but I'm hoping to find one that was a twisted neck, that was lightly twisted, and I corrected twist by planing the fingerboard. So it required a full refret. Let me find at least one. Was it this Gibson? Hold on, let me see. No. Maybe this? Hold on. Well, this one is kind of a similar situation. It's also not a twisted neck. But so now you know what to look for, right? So you see the low spot here, right? Shiny. Like that. Okay? Just over here. And I I know I have images of twisted necks. Ah, all right. I give up. Sorry. I'm trying to find at least one picture. Not that. I've definitely done it quite a few times. But the thing is that I don't always take pictures of everything. Like I said, I got millions of pictures here. But I would like to show you a picture. Because I know I have a few. And I you know, I don't know by date when that happened. Oh, this is also interesting. Unrelated. Okay, this is a headstock repair. So I used surgical tubing here to wrap it around because it was that kind of fracture. There was no separation, no full separation, right? If I recall correctly. And then you see the two dowels here and the surgical tubing pulling the neck in that direction, like that. You see? So that's also, well, it's an interesting picture, right? And I would like to find a neck twist and show you. I even had, if I recall, some custom shop Fender something. It had a flame, I believe like a flame maple neck. And, you know, flame is a problem. I mean, it's okay for maple cap, for, you know, whatever, Les Paul. But it really is not the best wood for a neck. I take too many pictures and then I never look at them. I must have already passed that thing. Or maybe I deleted it. I think I had, I think it's a video on my main website of a Les Paul, like a blue Les Paul Studio, something like that, if memory serves me. Oh, sorry, I'll never find it. So if you have a twisted neck, you should never do a level crown and polish of the frets, because you're going to end up with very low frets on one side and still, you know, the original height of the frets on the other side is going to be diagonal. So this is actually a reason why I always look for a twist in the neck before I commit to any kind of work. Because I've learned from my mistakes. Once I started a level crown and polished and noticed that it was really removing a lot of material from, you know, two sides, two corners of the neck, you know, diagonally. And it was not looking good, so I ended up doing a free refret, which is never a good thing to do free work. Oh, come on. I have a lot of pictures. I mean, just to give you an idea what I'm looking through. I'm looking through all these pictures of all these guitars and all that. So I just have too much. I do take too many pictures. Because I always think, oh, I'll do something with this picture or that picture, and then I take multiple pictures because I want to have the best one, in focus and all that. Sorry, I can't find it. I can't find it. Sorry about that. All right. I need to wrap it up. Twisted neck. Okay, amazing. Thank you. I have a Gibson Nighthawk. Yeah, I like those with a twisted neck, and would like to get it taken care of one day. Yeah. So it depends on the severity, right? Because you are going to end up with a fingerboard that's going to be, thinner on one corner, and then the diagonal corner, and then thicker on the other two corners, right? So it depends on the severity. There are other methods to deal with this. I don't know how they hold up over time, but you can actually untwist a neck with a heat blanket, and you need to jig up the guitar, and you would basically remove the tuning machines and have a mount a board, and use the holes from the tuning machines to, put a few bolts through, and then you would have a way to jack it up from one side, and so if it's twisted counterclockwise, you would want to jack it up on this side and then pull it down on the other side as you are periodically heating up the neck, either with a heat blanket, temperature controlled, or with a heat lamp. And you need to obviously protect the body if you're using a heat lamp, like maybe 2 heat lamps from above. And that needs to be monitored, obviously. Anything that's a fire hazard needs to be monitored. Burnt relic, same issues on a player, Telem, I think Tele, right? Same fret guru file, took off a bit of finish around the fret ends, and prob took off too much, still not feeling right. I see. All right. So, friends, I need to wrap up this live stream because I want to work late into the night. I'm going to put the guitar on the neck jig outside. I'm going to be streaming. So make sure you click the like button, the share button, the subscribe button if you want to catch me at work. Also, if you feel you want to buy me a coffee, there's a link to buy me a coffee. You don't have to, but if you do, thank you. Good night. Thanks for all the wisdom. Okay, well, it's an educational channel, right? So thank you. Yeah, all right. So let me wrap it up and set it up for the next. Maybe I need 20 minutes to set it up on the neck jig, and then I will be streaming. All right. See you soon, maybe.